What's up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So I want to kick things off reading an actual email supposedly from Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, sending it to an early Bitcoin developer back in the day named Mike Hearn. Now, I want to talk about this because there is a direct mention of the company Ripple as well, and we know Bitcoin was one of the first blockchains ever utilizing proof of work, a consensus mechanism. Yet, when Ripple again launched, or not Ripple, it was before Ripple technically, the XRP ledger was the first distributed consensus network to use a different consensus mechanism besides proof of work. And it goes by the name of proof of consensus, proof of correctedness, tomato. So I want to talk about this, and I swear some of the writing in this email seems vaguely familiar. And yes, I read a lot of, writing from a lot of the founders of XRP back in the day. That's just me hypothesizing, I guess you could say. So right here, guys, keep in mind, this is just the little disclaimer. We do not know the validity of this, email. You can't verify the trustworthiness, but I'm just sharing this, and then we'll get into some additional XRP information. So be sure to stick around. All right. So this was actually sent to me by Martin Volk, so thank you, sir. And we're just going to read the very last sentence right here by Satoshi. Ripple is interesting in that it's the only other system that does something with trust besides concentrate it into a central server. With the central server, like, Visa and a lot of these systems, there is systemic risk, obviously, in terms of redundancy and backup power, in terms of trust. You're trusting a centralized authority. All these banks are not going to want to trust, say JP Morgan or trust Bank of America. They want systems to be distributed where they all have a copy of the transactions, a ledger, the history that cannot be manipulated. That is the new economy. That is exactly what's happening for value and then data as well. So just like today, what we should have is a world or a business in terms of commerce of mutual trust. Today, with centralized systems in, centralized servers, it is really a world of mutual mistrust, I should say, instead of mutual trust. All right. So right here, we're going to kind of speed through this right here. By Moore's law, of course, referring to processing power, we can expect hardware speed to be 10 times faster in 5 years and 100 times faster in 10. Now, this is very powerful. And remember, what is Moore's law of connectivity? That is called Metcalfe's law. The same thing in terms of exponential growth can apply to network effects. We know Ripple, specifically the company, has hundreds of customers. We know that several of them are utilizing XRP in live payment flows today. We have surpassed well over $1 billion worth of transactions being sent via XRP. Mark Cuban says, once an asset in particular has a market capitalization of over $1 billion, it's typically here to stay. Yes, XRP is well above and beyond that. It's been around for quite some time. It is integrated and has proof of concepts with some of the biggest organizations in the world. And I'm repeating this basic information for newcomers because I know a lot of people are coming in and buying XRP at 50 cents and they're excited. And yes, I believe you should be. None of this is financial advice, and just understand that I am here for the long term. I'm not here for these 50% swings. I don't care if XRP goes down. I'm not selling my long-term XRP, and I keep cash on the side to dollar cost average or buy any potential pullbacks or dips. All right, you guys decide for yourselves, but that is just the way I play things because you should always expect the unexpected. All right. Right here, and this is the last thing I want to cover, I believe, in this email. If a node, so this is interesting, if a node requires a high fee, or no, this isn't it. I wanted to go over right here. A key aspect of Bitcoin is the security of the network grows as the size of the network and the amount of value that needs to be protected grows. So remember, initially Bitcoin, even XRP, it starts off very, very centralized and relatively vulnerable because there's not many nodes or, XRP and validators to process transactions and power the network. But over time, as there's more participants, there essentially becomes more and more decentralized, more and more trusted as there's, a variety of different people on the network, or entities, I should say. So the downside, though, is that it's very vulnerable at the beginning when the network is small. Although the value could be stolen, although the value that could be stolen should always be smaller than the amount of effort required to steal it. Obviously, to de-incentivize bad actors. All right. But we understand now with proof of work in Bitcoin, it's all getting great. But the downside is, we have more miners in the US, but it's relatively centralized in terms of mining pools in China. So we've realized that there have been double spend attacks on, Bitcoin's network, on Ethereum Classic, on several of these proof of work initiatives. XRP, however, has not had a single error ever. So there's no issue of double spending. We have Stephen Thomas, who was the original or CTO of Ripple back in the day. Now he's working on another XRP initiative. He even said he redid the code of Bitcoin from scratch. He's very familiar with Bitcoin, very familiar. And remember, we had the founder of Ethereum sleeping on their couch early on. So you have Ripple, the black sheep of crypto, or XRP is a black sheep. Everybody hates it. Please, they've been in this game since the very beginning. And this is my tinfoil hat. You cannot lose the game if it was your game to begin with. All right? All right, onward. So again, very interesting. I retweeted it if you want to go through this. And again, thank you, Martin Volk, for sharing. Now, let's refresh this. I believe the price is moving a little bit. I think I saw XRP go down a little bit. So we're at 52 cents. Now, look at this. We have a market capitalization based off of the circulating supply of 45 billion. We have a market cap valuation. Keep in mind, this is last traded price. So 52.8 times the circulating supply equals market capitalization. This is fairy dust. Of course, the market cap will go much, much higher in the future as utility is driving the price instead of just speculation. Now, something that does make me nervous and stay positive is this. Tether, the stablecoin. Just like I, give flack to the Fed printing, well, the same thing with Tether. So be wary of this type of volume. I know it's a stablecoin. Yes, I know, in and outs and arbitrage, and it should have some good volume. That is very, very high, $81 billion, and it's almost double of Bitcoin's current volume and significantly higher than XRP. So just be wary of this. Whenever, Tether specifically is a lot higher, I get a little nervous, all right? Now, before big moments of pumps and dumps, there's a lot of volatility in wicks, so expect the unexpected. That's all I want to say. And also, I trust USDC, the stablecoin, much, much more, considering, Brian Brooks, acting comptroller of the currency in the United States government. I'm just nervous to recommend Tether. Anybody hold Tether? I would much rather just sit in USDC or even US dollar if I wanted to sit in some type of stable token. All right? And we'll keep going. So right here, guys, in other news, and this is very recent, a senior director for central bank engagements. This is a new job posting at Ripple. This is the company that is looking to, they're on the leading edge. We already know Monica Long, Michelle Bond have actively said this. They've, what's his last name? I'm butchering his name, but anyways, of Ripple. We've seen that gentleman talk many times saying, yeah, Ripple actively is engaged with 40 to 50 central banks and governments. We know that they were meeting with the Central Bank of Cambodia as well. Just met with the Central Bank of Brazil a few months ago. Of course, the Brazilian real is going to be a huge on-demand liquidity corridor, in my opinion. Plenty of opportunity. We have offices in Singapore, Dubai, London, of course, which is the financial capital of the world, arguably. And we see that they're working in supporting central bank digital currency initiatives on the XRP ledger, not just with and interoperating with, but on. That is a very interesting use of words. So now I actually want to share these tweets shared by Mickey B. Fresh. Always does a great job summarizing and highlighting. And I just want to look at this. Just look at some of the highlighted points that are in this job posting. So Ripple is looking for a proven leader to lead our strategy, partnerships, and project work with central banks around the world with an initial focus on supporting their CBDCs or initiatives on the XRP ledger. Guys, Ripple stands to gain the most as XRP appreciates. That is their game plan. They want XRP to appreciate. It's the flywheel effect. As XRP becomes more valuable, you can send larger transaction sizes, which guess what? Makes XRP more liquid. What happens when XRP is more liquid? More people are going to want to utilize XRP because it is then cheaper than any other payment option. Do you see how it just keeps going? It is a snowball down a hill, or what I like to call, because I know we say flywheel effect or snowball, I like to just call it a black hole, because this is going to be sucking in value and be one of the neutral bridge assets in a big liquidity mechanism in the future. It's more than just fancy words, and it's more than just some speculative asset. This is going to be massive, right? They're working with central banks today, and they've been doing so for years. And these central banks have ran proof of concepts, and they're already in live transaction flows. There's no arguing that XRP is a scam. If you want to listen to that, go to another channel, go buy a Bitcoin and hope it doubles to double your money. I'd much rather buy the greatest digital asset in the world. All right, central bankers build and deploy projects, manage partnerships, product engineering, legal, regulatory, relations, marketing, etc. and the future of CBDCs. So even if CBDCs are not built and initiatives are not built on the XRP ledger, this is the point I want to make because I know people are going to try to shut it down. Even if CBDCs are not built on the XRP ledger, they will, all caps, will interoperate with the XRP ledger. And I will show you a video clip right after this, and there's no disputing it. All thanks to RippleNet, all thanks to a single API allowing customers to access deeper liquidity into other regions that they did not have the infrastructure to do or leverage. This is powerful. That's what happens when you have a private company with a war chest of billions of dollars changing the game, because this whole correspondent banking network is 40 years old. It's time to update it, and this is exactly what they're doing. So, RippleX's mission, another team, is to inspire and enable the XRP community of developers and institutions to build the Internet of Value, all focused on IOV, XRP Ledger, Interledger Protocol, PayID initiatives. We have all of them. We have the whole stack from, game developers, messaging and application, the application layer up top, all the way to settlements, where XRP is. Right here, we partner with financial services firms and institutions to co-develop solutions that use the XRP ledger and XRP. And of course, there's going to be people that say, oh, well, Ripple doesn't want to use XRP. It's just a funding mechanism. That's a joke. They're buying back XRP. You can look at how much they're selling. For a private company, they sure are public with a lot of the things they're doing. If I was private, I would keep it to myself. All right here, just talking about this, developing a CBDC strategy, partnerships with central banks on CBDC projects. Central banks have already tested and done proof of concepts with Interledger Protocol. That was created by Ripple. And yes, Hyperledger, all these groups are actively working with things like that. I don't know what else to tell you. Same thing with like QNT Quant in Overledger. Very, very interesting as an operating system between blockchain and even legacy infrastructure. They're all going to complement each other. It's not this one's better than this, or this is, they're all going to interoperate. Like, truly, that is my opinion. And I hope Ethereum kicks butt as well, because I like Ethereum, believe it or not. And I know there's thousands of projects that are dependent on Ethereum. Good thing is, though, QNT is not. Chainlink, they're not dependent. What they are is they're versatile. They can adapt to the market because they are built to be agnostic. They can be an ERC20 token on Ethereum's blockchain, but if Ethereum disappeared, they can survive and migrate to the next smart contract platform. Would it be XRP Ledger with Flare? Who knows? Right here. Educate the ecosystem of players in CBDCs, spokesperson, thought leader on CBDCs, helping all these banks and dinosaurs really step up. CBDCs, or if they just still use their current systems today of fiat, US dollar, euro, Singaporean dollar, etc., they still need a bridge asset. So it's not a threat to XRP. If anything, Ripple now is going to help these old dinosaurs and banks and FIs build their own type of currencies and just become more digital. Digitalization is here. All right. Whew, I'm out of breath. All right. And last but not least, guys, so this was just put out by Ripple. This is MoneyNet International, I believe. And right here, just a little video. I'm going to start and fast forward a little bit. I'm going to start at 40 seconds. And I want you to listen just right here for just like 1 minute.
Enhance and much more developed. It's very simple. Once we are connected to the Ripple in one shot, in one API, we can find local solutions worldwide without the efforts and the needs to actually travel worldwide and find local processor, or to put the efforts, because as everyone knows, time is money. Connecting to the Ripple and get one API, one integration to the whole world allow us to recruit and get more clients to our network, hence to increase our revenue. We can see the flow of clients who are coming. We can see the increase of.
So you can see the flow of clients. You can see the actual transactions. You have transparency for the first time in payment history. This is new technology, and this is what Ripple and RippleNet, the suite of software, is offering. And keep in mind, XRP is one component of that, and it is the final icing on the cake, so to speak, the cherry on top, because it becomes and will become in due time one of the most liquid options. They've already shown, 40 to 60% savings. Even more with XRP. You understand what's coming, and it is the flywheel effect. Now they're able to access customers in other countries more than ever before. This is not available to other smaller financial institutions. They weren't able to scale and eventually, or even compete with some of these tier 1 or tier 2 banks. Now, for the first time in history, Ripple is democratizing payments and changing the game for these players. So we've seen this time and time again for other institutions and other verticals. And yeah, that's why one of the many, many reasons I believe Ripple has the chance to become the Amazon of payments.
Of new potential clients that are coming. We can see the increase in revenue. We see a growth scale that for sure comes from the fact that we actually are able to invest less time in getting more solutions of the clients because we are connected to the Ripple. Hence, we can invest more time in getting more clients.
And also, remember, this is bi-directional, so it's not just them accessing liquidity into other regions or payments and new companies and partnerships. The other companies can reach them as well. So it's bi-directional, it's both ways.
The level of support that we are getting from the Ripple team, it's something that is absolutely amazing. The connection with Ripple using the RippleNet help us to get an access to markets that we definitely were not there before. We didn't even thought how to start approaching those markets. It looks to us like, come on, we are based in London. How can I offer my services to clients in South America? But they actually made it easy.
Absolutely love that. This is groundbreaking technology. And yes, this is referring to the entire suite of software that Ripple offers. Just understand XRP is a fundamental part of this. We can see, thanks to, even partners like Currency Cloud and all of these groups, 6 weeks development time for going live on RippleNet. Plug and play and you're good to go. This is the future. No more hardware slowing things down in maintenance. This is going to be distributed and is distributed, excuse me. All right, so they are based out of the UK, right there, just like London, another financial capital in the world where R3 also resides. I know people, disputes if R3 will ever utilize XRP. We know that they were promised back in the day, years ago, billions of XRP at that huge discount of much less than a penny. And we know that there was a lawsuit. We know R3 cannot even say the name Ripple. And we don't know how much XRP they settled on. I believe they've settled still on well over 1 billion, and that's being conservative. And we know that Corda is, obviously scaling up. There's just some reconciliation. We are focused on settlements. Speculate as you will, but yes, it is still important to watch all of these groups. We know that Kitao, Mr. Kitao, CEO of SBI, is working on initiatives to try to get R3 and Ripple to work together as well. Nonetheless, if R3 only focuses on DLT systems, never uses XRP, and builds a world of trade finance, that is good, and digitalization for all, because they're the Wall Street boys. This is adoption of DLT. And all of this digitalization push is good for crypto assets in the investments you hold. There will be competitors along the way as well. I just wanted to give you all a friendly reminder and highly recommend just coming to the Ripple's website and reading some of these testimonials, these case studies below. And lastly, if you do not yet have your own crypto domain set up to receive all kinds of cryptocurrency, whether that's XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, to one single address, as you can see, mine is kevincage.crypto. In the top right of this video, you can see it as well. Links are in the video description to claim yours as well. Appreciate you all as always, and I will see you in the next video.